Hello friends, welcome to Free Grammar Lessons. In this video, we are going to learn how to convert an interrogative sentence from direct speech to indirect speech. This is the part 3 in the series of direct-indirect speech. We will first learn the types of interrogative sentence, then we will revise steps on how to convert a statement or an assertive sentence from direct to indirect. Then we will understand at which steps we need to change our logic to convert an interrogative sentence. Finally, we will look into various examples and I will provide you an exercise to practice. This video might be lengthy, but I promise you will get to know a lot. So please watch it till the end. Have you brought your pen and paper? I hope you have. So without a further go, let's get started. First, let's understand what is an interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence asks a question. It is punctuated at the end with a question mark. There are generally two types of questions: direct questions and yes-no type of questions. In direct questions, this type of question begins with a question word or WH words in English. Which are these words? These are words like who, what, why, when, where, how, and so on. Let me give you an example of it. Why is the sky blue? Notice, here the sentence starts with a question word. Let's look into a yes-no type of question. They generally start with a helping verb followed by the subject. These words are like is, am, are, was, were, do, did. These questions are designed to answer simply with either a yes or a no. Let me give you an example of it. Are you coming to the party? Notice how we used the helping verb to frame a yes-no type of question. Remember these two types of questions as we are going to come to this part again. Now, let's relearn steps to convert a direct speech to indirect speech for a statement or assertive sentence. But before we begin to understand the conversion, there are certain things that you should very well know. There are three important concepts that you must understand properly. First one is what is subject and object in the sentence. Second one is what is first person, second person and third person. And third one is what is tense. We have already discussed all of them in our previous video, but we will quickly revise here. So what is the subject and object in the sentence? We will understand it with an example. In the sentence, Sazia said to John, Sazia is the person doing the action and John is the person receiving the action. The person doing the action is the subject and the person at receiving end is the object. Please keep that in mind. Now let's understand what is first person, second person and third person. For that, we need to understand point of view. Basically, there are 3 points of view in English: first person, second person and third person. Let's understand it with the help of an example. If Ravi and Isha are in the room and Ravi is telling something to Isha about Nikita, which is not present in the room, then in this case Ravi is the first person as he is the one who is speaking. Isha is the second person as she is the one who is listening to Ravi, and Nikita is the third person as she is not present in the room while they were talking. And Ravi may be talking to Isha like this: I am telling you that she is very beautiful. For complete chart of first person, second person, third person, please refer this image. Now, let's look into tenses. Tense denotes at which time the action is performed. Tenses are mainly divided into 3 types: present, past and future. And they are subdivided into 4 subtypes, which are simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So in total, there are 12 tenses. If you want to recall or learn tenses, I will provide the links in the description. So these are the 3 main things that you must know. Now let's understand the steps to convert a direct speech to indirect speech for statements or simple sentences. The first step is to identify. This is the most important step. You need to identify 5 things here: subject, object, reporting verb, first person, second person and third person in the reported speech, and if the reporting verb is in the past form, then the tense of the reported speech. The second step is change of reporting verb. Reporting verb will change in the following way. Said to will be converted to told, said will be converted to said, say to will be converted to tell, and says to will be converted to tells. This is the second step. The third step is to replace inverted comma with that. We will remove the comma and inverted commas in the sentence and join the reported speech with that. The fourth step is the change of pronoun. Pronouns that we identified in the first step in the reported speech will be changed as below. First person will be decided as per subject. Second person will be decided as per object. And third person will remain unchanged. You can remember this change with an acronym SON, also called SON. Please remember the changes of pronouns properly. First person will be converted to subject, second person will be converted to object, and third person will remain unchanged. The fifth step is change of tense. It will happen when the reporting verb is in past form and the reported speech is not a universal truth or habit. It will happen in the following way. For present tenses, simple present will be converted to simple past. Present continuous will be converted to past continuous. Present perfect will be converted to past perfect. Present perfect continuous will be converted to past perfect continuous. For past tenses, simple past will be converted to past perfect. Past continuous will be converted to past perfect continuous. Past perfect and past perfect continuous won't change. And for future tenses, will or shall used in the sentences will be replaced by would or should. And for the modal verbs can or may in the sentence, it will be converted to could or might. So these are the changes in the tenses which will occur. Now let's look into the final step. Change in the words denoting time. Words indicating nearness are changed into words showing distances in indirect speech. If these words are present in the reported speech and the reporting verb is in the past tense, then the change will happen in the following way. Here will be converted to there, tomorrow will be converted to the next day, today will be converted to that day, yesterday will be converted to the previous day, this will be converted to that, now will be converted to then, and tonight will be converted to that night. This is the 6-step formula to convert any direct speech to indirect speech for a statement. First, identify the subject, object, reporting verb, person and tense in the sentence. Second, change the reporting verb as per this workflow. Third, replace inverted comma with that. Fourth, change of pronoun as per this workflow. Fifth, change of tense as per this workflow. And sixth, change of time related words in reported speech as per this workflow.
So we learned the 6-step formula to convert an assertive sentence. To revise it, I will provide you the links in the description. Please watch it after this video. Now there are 3 important changes when we are given an interrogative sentence for conversion. Rest all things remain the same. Number 1. Change of reporting verb. Number 2. Replacement of inverted commas. And number 3. Conversion of a question into a statement. As you can see, there is a change in step 2 and 3 and an additional step is added. Let's understand these changes in depth. Number 1. Change of reporting verb for questions. Said or said to converts to asked. Says or says to converts to asks. And say or say to converts to ask. Apart from it, we may use reporting verb like inquire, suggest, inform as per the meaning of sentence. Also, if already asked or asked is there, no need to change the reporting verb. Number 2, replace inverted commas. In case of a direct question, we will replace quotes directly with the question word. We don't need any additional conjunction here. But in case of a yes-no type of question, we will replace inverted commas with either if or whether. One additional step or step number 7 after all these steps is to convert a question into a statement or assertive sentence. Remember to replace question mark into a full stop or period at the end of a sentence. Let's understand the application of this 7-step formula with an example. She said to me, "What are you doing now?" Step number 1 is to identify. She is the subject, the object is me, here you is the second person, and said to is the reporting verb. And as said to is in past form, we need to check the tense of the reported speech. Here the tense is present continuous. Step 2 is to change the reporting verb. Said to will become asked here. Step 3 is to replace the inverted comma with what, as it is a direct question. So the sentence will become like this. She asked me what. Step 4 is change of pronoun. Here you is the second person and object is me. So you will be converted to I. Step 5 is a change of tense. Here the reported speech is in present continuous. So it will convert into past continuous. So are doing gets converted to was doing. Step 6 is the change of word denoting time. Here now will be converted to then. So after step 6 the sentence is, what was I doing then? Converting it to a statement, what I was doing then. Notice the placement of the verb has changed. Also, we have removed the question mark into a period or full stop. The outcome is in the form of an indirect speech, which is, she asked me what I was doing then. I hope you have understood all the 7 steps. Let's look into the next example. Ram said, "Shyam, where did you go yesterday?" Let's apply the 7-step formula here. Step 1 is to identify. Ram is the subject, Shyam is the object, said is the reporting verb. And as said is in past form, we need to check the tense of the reported speech. Here the tense is simple past. Step 2 is the change of reporting verb. Said will become asked here. Step 3 is to replace the inverted comma with where, as it is a direct question. The sentence will become like this. Step 4 is the change of pronoun. Here you is in second person and object is Shyam. So you will be converted to he. Step 6 is the change of tense. Here the reported speech is in simple past. So it will be converted to past perfect. Did go gets converted to had gone. Step 6 is the change of word denoting time. Here yesterday will be converted to the previous day. Now the last step is to convert a question into a statement. So after step 6 of the sentence, it becomes like this. Where had he gone the previous day? Converting it to a statement, it becomes where he had gone the previous day. The final converted sentence is Ram asked Shyam where he had gone the previous day. Let's look into the next example. He said to her, "Will you listen to such a person?" Step 1 is to identify. He is the subject, her is the object, and said to is the reporting verb. And as said to is in past form, we need to check the tense of the reported speech. Here the tense is simple future. Step 2 is the change of reporting verb. Said to will become asked here. Step 3 is replace the inverted comma with if, as it is a yes-no type of question. So the sentence will become like this. He asked her if. Step 4 is the change of pronoun. Here, you is in the second person and object is her. So you will be converted to she. Step 5 is the change of tense. Here, the reported speech is in simple future. So will gets converted to would. And step 6, change of word denoting time. But as there are no such word, it won't come here. Now the last step is to convert a question into a statement. After the sixth step, the sentence is, would she listen to such a person? Applying step 7, the statement becomes, she would listen to such a person. The final converted sentence is, he asked her if she would listen to such a person. Let's look into another example. The teacher asked the students, does the sun rises in the east? Step 1 is to identify. Teacher is the subject, students is the object, and asked is the reporting verb. Here, asked is in past form, but the question is a universal truth. So there won't be any change of tense in this case. The next step is to change the reporting verb. Here, reporting verb is already asked, so there won't be any change. The next step is to replace inverted comma with if, as it is a yes-no type of question. Step 4 is change of pronoun. As there is no pronoun, this step won't come. Step 5 is the change of tense. As the question is a universal truth, we won't be changing the tense of the sentence. And the step 6 is the change of word denoting time. As there are no such word, this step also won't come into the picture. Step 4, 5, 6 won't come here, so after implementing the last step, the sentence will become like this. The teacher asked the student if the sun rises in the east. Let's look into one more example of it. He says to me, do you know Shahid? Step 1 is to identify. He is the subject, the object is me, and says to is the reporting verb. And as says to is in the present form here, so there won't be any change of tense in this case. Next step is to change the reporting verb. Here reporting verb is says to, so it gets converted to asked. The next step is to replace inverted comma with if, as it is a yes-no type of question. Step 4 is the change of pronoun. Here you will be converted to I. Step 5 is the change of tense. But here the reporting verb is in present tense. So there won't be any change of tense. Please note it properly. And step 6 is change of words denoting time. But as there are no such words, this step won't come. After adding the additional step, which is step 7, the final sentence is, he asked me if I know Shahid. We have looked into examples of various types of questions which gets converted to indirect speech. Now I am giving you an exercise for practice to convert a direct sentence to an indirect sentence which is having questions. Please message me the answer in the comment. They asked us, are you Indian? He asks her, why is the baby crying? She said to them, would you like to join me for a walk now? Apply the 7-step formula that we just learned properly and you won't face difficulty in solving them. I am waiting for your answer. That's all in today's video. Let's quickly revise what we learned. First, we understood interrogative sentence and two types of questions. An interrogative sentence asks a question. These questions may be of two types, direct and yes-no type of question. In direct question, it begins with a question word or WH word. and indirect questions are designed to answer simply with either a yes or a no. Then we revised the 6-step formula of conversion from direct to indirect for assertive sentences. Then we looked into the 3 key differences when we are converting a direct to indirect sentence for interrogative type of questions. Number 1. Change of reporting verb. It will be changed as per this workflow. Number 2. Replace inverted comma with WH word if the reported speech is in direct question form and if for whether if it is in yes-no form. And number 3, and an additional step, convert a question into a statement at the end of all 6 steps. After that, we looked some of the examples of it. And finally, I gave you an exercise whose answer you will be giving me in the comment section. That's all in today's video. Like, comment, share and subscribe in case you found the video helpful. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye.